Welcome back to Chelsea Fan TV, guys. It's just finished. Chelsea 0, Aston Villa 0 outside Stamford Bridge with Lewis. Welcome back, mate. It's been our first one since United when we lost that game. Back with a 0-0. I'll be honest, mate. I thought we played pretty well. We just didn't take our chance. We had plenty of them. Do you think it was a positive performance today?
I can't call it positive, just because it ended 0-0. Like, realistically, they were there for the taking, especially in the first half. But I mean, we were good defensively, a little bit shaky towards the end. I can put that down to bad finishing. Like, Madueke had a brilliant chance at a cutback that he should have taken. Palmer had like one or two chances he should have buried as well. Well, I won't say I'm too annoyed about this game. I'm more disappointed. Like, we could have got a victory in this game. We could have got one goal, especially with a Palmer chance in the second half and the ball literally gets passed to him. Madueke on the cutback, all you got to do is put it far post. So, like, there was opportunities, but whatever. I mean, at least we're not out. Replay isn't the best. Villa are going to be a different team when we face them at Villa Park, but, I mean, at least we're not out. At least we looked a little bit better. It's minor improvements, it really is.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably the one result we didn't want. Yeah, we still want to be in, but like a replay and that, you don't want an extra game. Going to Villa Park is going to be tough. They haven't lost a game there this season in all competitions,
oh, really?
So yeah, they're unbeaten at home. They're decent up there, so that's going to be really tough for us. But I mean, in terms of the lineup tonight, obviously we lost Levi Colwell in the warm up to an injury. Don't know what that is. Yeah. We saw Badia Shield play at left back, which was a bit of a surprise until Chilwell came on. What did you make of the team itself? Like, are you quite happy with it? Obviously, there are going to be a few changes from Tuesday night with a quick turnaround.
See, I wouldn't have minded Gallagher starting if we were resting one of Enzo or Caicedo, because I would have understood that Tuesday to Friday is what it is. I don't get why we here's the thing. I don't get why we took Broja off. But I also kind of get it because like Broja doesn't offer anything, but he's at least a little bit of a focal point. So like, I didn't understand that, but it didn't really impact us too much. I actually thought Gallagher was pretty good in certain periods of the game. Wasn't nearly as bad as like some of the games I've seen through December or October. So it's fine. It's fine for the most part. But I don't really have too many problems with Poch. The lineup was slightly questionable, but we looked good in the first half. We pressed well, we've made chances. I look at more individuals than the manager based on that. Taking off Enzo at the end instead of Gallagher I thought was a bit weird, but I mean it's 5 minutes left, so I'm not going to say too much about it. Like, he did alright. For the second game in a row, I'm not annoyed at the manager. Like, that's some sort of improvement, but it's only to a point because we drew. Middlesbrough game was Middlesbrough. So I wanted to see something different against the Premier League side, especially a side going for Champions League qualification, like Aston Villa is. And you could say we were defensively solid. I'd agree on that, but still kind of felt like the same Chelsea. It's just the only difference is we didn't concede a shit goal and lose the match.
Yeah, no, I agree, man. They had a few chances towards the end. Petrovic made some decent saves. I look at it and I just think, obviously, we lost this game 1-0 in September when they beat us in the league. I think we've made a little bit of progress since then. I thought that was pretty much their strongest team, give or take, and we gave them a decent game. We should have won. We're 10 unbeaten at home now. Like that's a big improvement from the home form we've seen here. I mean, do you think the manager deserves credit for that? The players deserve credit for that? I mean, would you put our turning fortunes at home down to? Because like we couldn't buy a win here, and now it's 10 unbeaten.
Partly the manager, partly individual brilliance, but you got to take it on a game-by-game basis. Like, I give Poch credit for Sheffield United because he switched Palmer and Sterling at half-time and that led to the first goal, broke the deadlock, fine. Everything else I put down to individual moments or mistakes from the opposition. Middlesbrough game was a big improvement. Like, I credit him a lot for that game because he put Chilwell at the left back and he utilised him in a creative way, which helped get the first goal. We saw Disasi and Sterling linking up well. Substitutions led to another 2 assists and a goal. So like, he didn't do anything wrong in those games, and even in this game I'm not really annoyed at him for anything because we didn't get knocked out. So say 3 games I could put down to the manager, the other I put down to individuals, the other I put down to like Newcastle where it's Trippier chesting the ball down in the 94th minute. In a game that otherwise we were going to lose. So I won't say it's the most convincing, but I'll say things are looking on the up. Like, again, it's 2 games where I'm not looking at the manager and I'm saying you're pissing me off. There's a little bit of improvement, but we need wins. That's just it. We need wins. We need convincing wins. Liverpool away is next. We're going up to Anfield. and they've just found out Klopp's getting sacked. Well, not getting sacked, but they found out Klopp's leaving. So you know they're going to be up for it. Not from now, just till the end of the season. We got to keep that in mind for the Carabao Cup final as well. They want to give Klopp that goodbye that he deserves. That's going to be with as many trophies as possible. Liverpool are going to be dangerous throughout the rest of the year. So we have to see. We have to see. But I mean, at least it's 2 games where I'm not annoyed at the manager. I'll take that. But the finishing should have been better.
No, absolutely. I mean, you mentioned the finishing. Obviously, it's well documented that we need a centre forward, we need someone that can score regular goals. Obviously, we've got less than a week left in the window now. We've been linked with the likes of Callum Wilson, Benzema, but the wages appear to be too much.
Won't happen.
Do you think we will get someone in the last few days of the window in a striker position, or do you think we're just going to go with what we've got right now? What would you like to see happen?
Don't panic by anyone. That's the first thing. I don't think any of our options are available. I think Benzema's literally just been some BS rumour that's been doing the go-around all month. Tony's not happening. Gyökeres ain't happening. He wants to win the Portuguese league with Sporting Lisbon. Fair play to him. If you want to take Wilson, if he's 18 to 20 million, I actually don't mind that. I think he gives you he's better than Broja as a start. He'll compete with Jackson or start over Jackson, but regardless, it'll be good competition. And he's shown he can bag goals. He's got the Premier League experience tag that everybody loves, so I don't mind that. It's also cheap. 18 to 20 million is pretty low risk. If that's the case, and you want to go for him, I wouldn't be too against it. There's not really a lot of options yet, so don't panic by anything. I wouldn't rush a single thing.
No, absolutely not, man. I mean, in terms of Broja himself, we touched on him. Obviously, come off the bench tonight.
Yeah.
He was pretty poor. He's for sale. Chelsea valuation was set at 50 million quid, which is ridiculous. But I think looking at maybe 30, 35 million pounds for him. If an offer came in like a loan with an obligation, or someone bid 30 mil, Wolves, Fulham, West Ham, these sort of teams are interested. Would you sell him this month, or do we have to have a replacement before letting him go?
I don't know, because I feel like you do, even though he hasn't really shown you anything. I can't tell you why we should keep Broja, but it's like we don't have another striker. Datro Fofana just got loaned to Burnley. I haven't seen anything from David Washington, so how can I say bring him up and give him an opportunity? You're just waiting for Jackson to come back. Palmer at the false 9, he's had one good game there. That's it. I feel like I'd rather utilise his creativity a little bit deeper up the pitch. So you're going to have Broja there, but he's not done anything. He's literally not done anything. The ball just bounces off him half the time. So I can't say start Broja. He's going to make a difference. But we don't have another option. So you kind of have to keep him. I don't even want to ask for Jackson to come back early. I want him to go win AFCON. Go celebrate that. That'll be an extra trophy on the market for you. But yeah, I feel like we're just stuck with Broja. Unless you want to actually experiment with David. And you can go with it, but I don't know what he's going to do. He could be better, he could be worse. God knows.
Yeah, I think we should have a point now with Broja where we're just keeping him purely for numbers, not for anything else. He's not really offering anything else on the pitch. I mean, mate, you touched on the Liverpool game earlier. Obviously, we're going up to Anfield on Wednesday. Last 7 or 8 games have all ended in draws. Obviously, the Klopp announcement was big today. That's going to give them a bit of extra motivation, not that they need it. There'll be no Salah, no Trent, but that doesn't really make too much difference to that team. What are you expecting from us on Wednesday night? Do you think we can go there and get a result? What do we need to do differently from tonight other than take our chances to try and get something positive there? It's been a while since we've picked up a decent result at Anfield.
Bro, just take your chances. But it's Liverpool. I don't care about that game. You know what it's going to be? We're going to draw 0-0, 1-1 or something like that. We'll move on to the next one. We've drawn our last 9 games or something. We'll probably draw the cup final. I don't care. Just don't get battered. That'll be the first thing. But I feel like Poch is going to be so pragmatic going into that game. I don't even think I should be too worried about that, unless it comes down to individual mistakes. But who knows? We stress out about that game all the time when we draw. It'll probably be another draw. As long as we don't lose, cool. Anfield's one of the places where you go and you accept a draw if it comes down to it, because that's always going to be a tough place to go, especially under the lights, especially in a nighttime fixture, especially with the news about Jurgen Klopp that's just come out. So, if we don't lose, cool. That's one of the games where I'll accept a draw. Be pragmatic. Do whatever you want. Just don't lose the game. We've dropped enough points without dropping another 3.
No, absolutely. And just to round out, mate, I mean, have your expectations for the season, have they kind of changed at all or anything? You're feeling a bit more positive? So we're 3 or 4 points off 6th place final. We've got a replay here. We've got some tough games coming up. But, I mean, what do you think we can do this season in the league? Do you think we can What do you think, Europa League, Champions League? I mean, it's pretty unlikely, but where do you see us kind of finishing right now with how things are looking?
Bro, we should have already been in the top 4 race, but because of this manager and his idiotic decisions, we're not up there. So I want to say top 4, but I'm asking for a lot of consistency from a coach I don't really rate. And also finishing from a team that doesn't really have it. So I guess win the Carabao Cup, get into Europe, Europa League at least, give us 2 routes into the Champions League if we have to take anything. Like Conference League is literally a consolation goal. I'll just take it for rotation and an easy trophy. But try and get into Europe, try and get into Europa League. I want us to push for Champions League. We have a team that's capable of it. I don't care about all the shit that rivals or even some Chelsea fans are saying. We have a team that's good enough to go for top 4. We just have a manager that hasn't utilised the squad nearly as well enough as he should for the last 6 months. And that's been our biggest problem. So if he turns things around, maybe you could get back to top 4. The race for top 4 has never been consistent. We've been in enough of those races to know that. So we'll see. But I think with the way the manager's been over the last 6 months, we're probably just going to have to stomach Europa League at the end of the season if we really even get close to what we should be doing. But whatever, he's wasted half the season. We'll see what he does for the second half.